Don't get me wrong, I miss my buddies in the 500s, but I actually like 600s better. It's more calm, they watch football.
Calvin needs to be careful not to be taken advantage of in his new pod, and he needs to make the most of the time he has left in the program.
I got a soap side. I don't know if you...
Yeah, we got one.
Calvin's a cool dude.
Damn, you got a tablet too, man?
Yeah, I got a tablet.
I instantly liked him because he had a tablet.
Why if you guys have tablets in here, they don't bring them out?
My roommate, John Thomas, I mean, he seems to be pretty liked, you know? He seems to be pretty well liked. Yeah, he's pretty good cellmate.
A lot more younger kids, you know what I'm saying? More rowdy in there. Jokers don't listen. They ain't like 600. You know what I mean? They don't care. They gonna fight.
It's like a bunch of kids that are talking to each other constantly.
They're wild, man. They're young and wild and stuff, man. They all over the place.
Me and this guy here got the same name. Damn near the same tattoo on the right arm and the same military background, so.
John Thomas, he is a interesting character.
He flips over his wrist, and I see his armband, and his last name's Thomas. I'm thinking, like, holy this guy's got the same name as me. John Thomas? Wow. So he's my brother from another mother type deal.
Yeah, so eventually, like when you get out or whatever, we're gonna do like double dates with our wives and whatnot, trade them for the night.
I don't ever want to see you again.
I don't blame you.
He's a former Army Ranger who is here on some, I'm not sure exactly, he's got a few different stories about why he's here.
I'm actually here on a charge of theft by taking of an automobile that just so happens to be my wife's.
I was apparently on property that I wasn't supposed to be on, and they said, hey, you're going to jail. Roger that. I've been here 2 weeks waiting to go back to court on a criminal trespass and a bond of $17,500.
I don't know what part of his story, if there's any truth to anything.
On a misdemeanor or criminal trespass, I got no business being here right now. With a bond, it's gonna cost $2,500 to get out of jail.
I broke my ankle one time, and John was the actual medic that actually first responded to me.
Well, I'm pretty impressive considering I've never been to Afghanistan, so.
He doesn't remember it. And I've tried to tell him detail for detail, but I know this guy. Once you see a face, there's certain things like you don't forget about it.
If he did do a tour in Afghanistan, he must have hit his head really hard because that may explain some of his behaviors. He's pathological with his lying.
I was in the same outpost the night that the Navy SEALs went and got Osama bin Laden.
Pathological for sure.
Close the door, man.
They're insane about getting all the doors shut so they can turn on the TV for whatever reason. But it's kind of an FU move, you know, by shutting the door right there. It's like, I've been telling you to shut your door, and now I'm gonna shut it for you, punk. So John started mouthing off to him. I just stood there. John took his shirt off. Sims took his shirt off, but wanted to go back behind the stairs. John was like, "Nope, we're doing it right here in front of everybody." Well, neither one of them engaged each other.
Ain't get what I did. Wait till you go to sleep, like everything cool. And put like on the side of your pillow where I know your face gonna land at, like when you roll over. You know just bought some.
Yeah. So Bernard has a joint. He tells me that he's got it, and I'm like, great. The only guy with the drugs gets put in my cell. And who am I? I'm the guy that's in there for growing weed. And I was like, great.
I didn't do anything to you.
They together. They both name is John Thomas. Every flex on them motherfuckers. In every angle. Come on, man, you know this. You may not want to watch TV.
Because of my affiliation and relationship with John Thomas, his behaviors and actions are putting me in a difficult spot. We smoothed it over.
We had one, we'll be stoned.
Yeah, for real.
Me and you will be stoned. All that on
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, not gonna get a lighter.
A dude, right, he's the oily. I begged him, what you want to eat? I know you hungry.
Nah, I would never pretend to know anything.
I was like, whatever, you know, it's not gonna happen. So I fall asleep in my rack. At that point, it had to be like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
The way to get fire in jail is you make a wick. You wrap up the toilet paper real tight, you tie a knot in it, and it's like a candle. The trustee will come up with the lighter, and he'll light the wick under the door. Now you have an ongoing flame.
I'm gonna say something.
It's like my worst nightmare in this place. And now I gotta start thinking, am I gonna smoke it? Am I gonna go against my word that I wasn't gonna do anything to jeopardize my leaving at the right time? What I did not need is to be in a room with the colonel and him going, Matt. Once I jumped out of my rack, I knew I was gonna do it. I knew we had to block up the doorway. I knew we had to pump the toilet. Take the bed mat, put it on top of the toilet, and push all the water out of it. So the trap is exposed to just the drain pipe, and it creates negative pressure, and you smoke out the toilet. So we had to start flushing the toilet as we're smoking. So now, picture 2 adults with their faces in the toilet, and I'm continuously flushing the toilet. And it's one of those situations where you don't want to think about it because you might disgust yourself. I know the place has to smell. Using what we use for air freshener, the soap sock. Crush up soap in the sock and bang it on the walls. You gotta do it quick, because they're walking around every 15 minutes, every half hour, and that's not a lot of time, you know?
I was stoned, like I was.
Sound like you're singing Blue Moon.
It's like it came to me. That joint traveled to me from somebody's ass crack into my cell. What are the odds of that? It's like lightning striking. I had to do it.
You know, I always say that I don't believe in things, you know? Which, for the most part, I don't believe in, like, lots of stuff. You know, ghosts, the Loch Ness Monster, that kind of. But
You're a real atheist.
But here's the thing, I'm open to it. You know, if I saw something that changed my belief, I'd finally go with it. So if I was the only one in here and a hand grabbed my leg, I'd probably myself.
It's not a tea.
Where you got chiclets floating around in your mouth?
I think I got a mouthful of Skittles. I just want to bite every last teeth.
Taste the rainbow?
Taste the rainbow, bro. Man, look at me, man.
And we laughed a lot. It was good. It was fun. I enjoyed myself.
Last time I got locked up, it was not a felony. It was possession of marijuana less than an ounce of misdemeanor. I was smoking a blunt. It's gonna be hard to believe for me to want to get out and not want to smoke.
Chocolate says that she's scared when she goes out, and I'm not gonna say I know how that feels, but all I can do is pray for her, and I am going to be a support system for her.
I feel like it took this to happen for you to get clean and start over. Because I don't feel like you would have started over I knew I wouldn't. I know you wouldn't go home.
I feel like Maury Taylor is like a sister I've never had. Like I always wanted somebody or even just a sister, somebody just listen to me, and she do that.
I mean, I'm not judging you. I don't play judgment on nobody.
I know, but you just concerned.
I'm just praying for you and your baby.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I think she needed somebody who told her like what it was without judging her. I never judged her. I just was telling her, hey, you deserve to live your life how you want to live it.
Now you know, your eyes is clear, you good now. Use this sobriety and, just keep it full. I'm just ready for you to get out. I'm gonna be sad because I'm being here, but I want you to get out though.
At all the times I've been in jail, even from the first time I went to jail, she's the only person, Maury Taylor is the only person I know I ever felt the way of sense of relief, sense of comfort, sense of trust, sense of anything from is Maury.
Saying goodbye to Chocolate, of course it was hard, but I was happy for her. I was so happy. I was rushing her out the door. I'm like, go before they change their mind. Go, Choc. Chocolate, honestly, her by herself has given me confirmation that I'm pursuing the right career field. Because at first I was like, maybe I'm not cut out for it. When I was getting bullied, I'm like, what kind of social worker would I be? But seeing Chocolate and hearing how, she feels about me, I'm like, yes, I'm doing the right thing.
Why no? Hell no!
The way Sims addressed me after this incident definitely put me on notice that I'm to be not trusted and watched.
Hey, we didn't have ever run. Will you ask John to come to the door? Hang on one second, babe. Hey, I'll give you 2 cakes and dinner for a cup. Pull you in. What? Hey!
John Thomas tried to get my attention to come up and talk to him, and I said, we're done. That was the last straw. I mean, he put me in jeopardy, so I had to cut him off.
And here I cannot do what I want to do. I can't go out to eat. I can't go to the movies with my daughter. I can't go to the mall with my daughter. I can't just be with my daughter.
Drink some. Drink that, Jeff. She's so that's who it is. I hate her like that. Something going on. Yeah, 4 braids did in the back of their head. That's it's fine. Ooh, no, it's fine, girl.
The prescription med abuse here at the women's facility is completely out of control, and it's something that we have to take care of immediately.
Girl, I'll be a boxing when I get out of here.
We're going to have to do another raid and see what we can uncover.
We're gonna pull them out like a regular head count. And while they're out with their backs on the walls, we're gonna do a full inspection of the rooms.
Men on deck, ladies, let's go. Right door.
I need everybody up, uniforms on. Everybody up, uniforms on.